Hi there, and thank you for tuning in. In this video I want to talk about your office space as a photographer and how you can design that so that it's best for you and especially best for your back and your spine. I've had many issues with my spine over the years and I have learned a few things and I want to share that with you in this video. It's not intended to be a video where I tell you you need to do exactly like this, so see this as inspiration and take these ideas and use them as you see fit, of course. And I also have to say that before you make any major changes in your life, in whatever dimension you do it, whether it's the way you exercise or what you eat or how you have designed your office, make sure to consult your general practitioner or whoever is the specialist in your life, so that you bounce your ideas towards that specialist and don't just take the ideas that I present here and use them directly. That wouldn't be wise. So consult your DP, please. Thank you. So my first tip is to very carefully consider in which height you position your screen relative to sort of where your head is, right? And I have to underline, I'm no expert, but I've heard these arguments and I think they are solid advice. Apparently they show that our eyes have no problem searching downwards without us moving our heads downwards. We can actually look downwards without lowering our heads. But as soon as we have to look upwards, we have a tendency to put the head backwards like this, right? Even though it's only slightly, then you have a tendency to do like this. Standing like this for a long time, which is what you do when you're working, is not good for you, right? And that's why the first tip is that your screen should be positioned so that when you're looking straight ahead, you look into the top third of the screen, right? And I actually, as you can see here, I had to take the stand that came with the screen and remove that because I couldn't lower the screen enough, so I simply took it off. And I have an office that is so small that I have a wall here, right? So I can lean it up against the wall. And in order for it not to slide, I put some yoga mats here at the bottom of the screen. Maybe that says something about my relationship to yoga. I don't know. But this works for me, so make sure that you lower your screen. If you're so lucky that you have more space than me and you want to maintain the stand that the screen sort of is delivered with, you can have an additional table, on the other side of here, where you put the screen so that the table is very close to you, but lower, so that you still get the screen in the right height, meaning sort of the top third is where you look straight ahead. So that's the first thing, very important, not to look up, but always have a sort of relaxed posture. Yeah, so I've gone down a notch here in order to show you these two buttons. This is buttons that allows me to lower my table. Yeah, and raise it again, if I can hit the button like that. Yeah, and that enables me to, throughout the day, to sit down and stand up and sort of change between these two positions. Here's my chair. I have that under the table here, right? So sitting down and standing up throughout the day, that is very, very useful. I've now over the years managed to get in a position where I can actually stand up throughout the day. But in the beginning I got very, very tired and I had to sit down, and I think you will as well if this is news to you. But now I hardly ever lower the table, I must admit. This is a solution from IKEA. I bought it a few years back, and knowing IKEA, you probably can't get exactly this model anymore, so there's no point in telling you what it is. But look it up and I'm sure you can find it. They're not very expensive. It comes with a motor and you have to assemble it, and you have to find a desktop that works with the legs. It's only sort of the legs and the engine that are provided. But it works really, really well, and it's not very expensive. I would say that if you have ambitions to, like me, be standing up all day long, get one of those with a little, it's not there's no motor, but there's a little mechanical thing you can turn so that it does exactly the same, and it's much cheaper. Because right now, I have a motor sitting here that I'm hardly ever using, so that's a waste of money, of course. So think about which motor is right for you, the mechanical or the electrical one, but make sure you can raise and lower your table. That's really, really useful, especially in the beginning. A third and final thing to consider, that is, many struggle with mouses, I don't know what's it called, but these things here, and get injuries in their arms and so on. You can consider to buy one of these. This one is from Wacom. If you do a lot of editing, and especially if you do editing, very, very detailed and so on, this works like a pen, and it's absolutely brilliant. I must admit I only use them at very rare occasions. But if you are to do really detailed editing, especially if you're really working with fine art, or you really zoom in Lightroom or Photoshop, wherever you do your things, and edit really detailed, this is a brilliant combination. If you try to do that with one of these standard tools here, then I think you will find that over time it will give you problems. So I know it's an investment in terms of learning curve to get to know a Wacom tool, but there are tons of YouTube videos about how to do this. Of course, I have a few as well. But you really will appreciate that you learn this, because you can actually sit and work exactly as if you were drawing. And of course, that doesn't give you all the issues that these little fellows they give you. So that's my third and final advice. Again, I hope you really take it seriously, that please consult your general practitioner. I have to underline that I'm no specialist in ergonomics and all of that. I just have learned over the years, because of many issues, the importance of this. So make sure that whatever ideas you have, whether it is to go on a diet where you eat raw eggs through a straw for the next 3 weeks, or whatever good ideas you get from YouTube, make sure you consult with your general practitioner. They are often the voice that sort of gets good ideas balanced, so that you come up with a good solution. Yeah, that's it from me. As always, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.